Hi, I'm Derek B., editor of the Peru Tribune, back with you tonight on Tuesday for another edition of Tomorrow's News, our daily feature where I tell you a little bit about what's going to be in the next day's print Peru Tribune. As always, you can find these stories on PeruTribune.com tonight. This version of Tomorrow's News is going to be a little bit later than usual because we've been hard at work, working the phones and meeting with people before they take off for their Thanksgiving holidays. We hope also that you've been enjoying online stuff continuing to go up on time, even as we've had some delivery issues this week. We apologize for that, and we are working to get those sorted out. In the meantime, we've got a great Wednesday paper for you. In our lead story, I talked to Miami County Economic Development Authority Executive Director Jim Tidd, who's been on basically my speed dial this week. He told me a little bit about the Tax Increment Financing District in West Peru, which is unfortunately now going to be vacant for a little while. That district was established this fall to clear the way for a retailer who is potentially going to come in next spring and build and open next fall, bring 60 jobs and bring the potential for 150 over the life of that TIF, which is, as is state mandated, 25 years. Unfortunately, that retailer has, according to Tidd, other priorities they're dealing with in their company. They still think Peru is a good location for them, but they've put off their expansion now as they continue to do more evaluations. Obviously, we hope that they eventually do come back to Peru. And in the meantime, Jim said that the money that is diverted in taxes that changes in their assessed value are not going to be kept by redevelopment. He intends to send that money back to the county to be treated like other normal tax money until that retailer actually arrives. In our display story, Eric Stoff went out today to North Miami for their Pioneer Day, just a really exciting event where they had kids churning butter and doing old-fashioned dances, all kinds of cool stuff to show them what life was like for Indiana settlers back in the day. Some interesting stuff in there, especially about whether life actually is easier today, because it's obviously we have a lot more conveniences, but it's also become much, much more complicated. Also today, I got a chance to go out to Blair Point. They were doing a different kind of Thanksgiving celebration. They were talking about the Miami Nation of Indians. Their third grade teacher, one of their third grade teachers over there, Kim Cox, is a member of the Miami Nation. She put together this event where kids went around to 7 different activities, including her room, which had a lot of props and books and even some music about the Miami Indians. And she said, as a Miami, it's really exciting for her to pass on that heritage to the next generation. Finally, I got a chance today to talk to Tyler Jenkins, who's a new merit deputy over at the Miami County Sheriff's Department. He is Bunker Hill native and actually a 2002 Mechanical graduate who went to Ball State to study criminal justice, switched over to finance, left to be in the Marine Corps, and then came back and finished his financial degree. He worked in Colorado Springs and Indianapolis as a financial advisor before deciding that he really missed interacting with people face-to-face and that he really missed his hometown. So he's been a jailer for the last 8 months here in Miami County, and he is now in his 4th week as a merit deputy at the Sheriff's Department. Sheriff Tim Miller said he's really excited to get Jenkins through a 12-week training period so he can get his own solo patrol and help people because, as Miller said, he's a very smart guy and could do a lot of good for the county. On our education page, I went this morning to Peru Junior High School where they're having a career fair. Folks from Mayor Jim Walker to the Peru Fire Department to some folks from Duke's Memorial Hospital all came out there, more than 25 people, to talk to the kids about some vocations they might consider. It was really interesting, especially because Greg Hunt and Brian Mulligan, who are privates over at the fire department, actually showed them the equipment they use, which is 75 pounds. So obviously those guys need to be really physically strong, and if you want to consider that. Finally, Nick has a preview for us of the Mechanical boys basketball season. They're hoping to improve from their 13-10 finish in their first year under Andy Steele. There's actually a really cool story here. He's also a teacher over at Mechanical Middle School, and said that he's been there for 7 years, which means that the guys who were 6th graders in his first year there are now his players. This is really exciting. He said that helps him know how he needs to work with them and how they can improve in their next year. As always, you can find all of those stories in tomorrow's Print Peru Tribune on Wednesday morning. You can find them tonight at PeruTribune.com. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. That stuff will be up also there tonight. You can find me and our reporters tweeting stuff throughout the day and from the field on Twitter. Until tomorrow, that's tomorrow's news. I'm Derek B. Have a great Wednesday.